Right guys, so in this video we'll be setting up our custom user model, and for that we'll first create an app, and we'll call this app core. Basically means core app, core of the project, something like that, in where in which we'll create our user model. So for starting, like python manager.py chat app, enable cursor for enter and done. So here is our core app, and so you can just plan, so we'll just put it here. So I'll call it core. Should be capital C since we define capital C. So core. So that's it. Core. Now we'll just go to models.py in core, and here we'll create a user model. So for first we'll have to import the user models which is already predefined in Django. So we'll say from django.contrib.auth models import. We have base user manager, then we have abstract base user, and there's also permission mixin. So we'll import these three from the models. So I'll just delete this, and I'll leave 2 lines, which is the default convention. And for classes you leave 2 lines, for functions you leave 1 line. That is how Django defines it. If you run lint flaskgate or check for lint errors, you'll find such errors if there are any. And so we'll be defining 2 classes. One is a manager class, which basically manages the user model. So basically when we are defining a new model, when you are redefining the auth model, by default there are 2 functions, create user and create super users in Django. So since we are redefining the models, we also have to redefine the functions, hence the manager class. So you will say class user manager, and this will inherit from base user manager. So basically we are going to pull in all those features that come with base user manager and overwrite some of it. So let's write. So first we'll have user equal to self dot model. We are going to set this as user name, since I want this to be my user name. But if you want it to be email, you can make it email. And alright, forgot. First we have to create a function. So we are going to create user. So def create user. We'll inherit user name, the email, or name equal to, we'll inherit self first. Self is always necessary when you are creating a function under a class. And now we'll have username, email. If you want the email field to be empty, you can have it as none. So you also need password field. So password can also be called, can also be none. And if there are any extra fields, so we'll say extra fields. Right. And then those extra fields just basically means if the function gets any extra fields, so inherit that. Now you'll say user, we want that to be the username. So self dot model, you say user name is equal to user name, the extra fields, so it's extra fields. And we'll set our password. So user dot set password. We can't define password using this method, because we want the password to be encrypted, so that's why I use the one of the functions that's available in Django itself. So you set the password and you want to save the user, so user.save, and you're going to say using whichever DB you want to use, and this is required if you're going to use multiple databases, but in this course we are not going to use any extra database, but if you wish to do it in the future, then this will do it. So self.db. Think we have to add our email also, so say email equal to email. Right, that's it. So let's define our new class. Leave 2 lines. So class user, and we are going to inherit from abstract user and permission mixin. What abstract user basically does is it's going to give us control over the default services that are offered by Django out of the box. So I'll just here we are gonna whatever function that user should have. So username is one of it. So username is equal to models dot char field max length equal to 200, and we want this to be unique, so unique equal to true, and so we want this to be unique. Then we'll have email, so email is equal to models dot email field, and we'll have a max length of 255, and we'll make this unique, so unique equals to true, and then we go on the name, so I'll say first name, or let's make first name and last name. So first name is equal to models dot char field char field max length, you want it to be around 100 is enough. Yeah, you don't want it to be unique, so just leave that. We'll have the last name setup, so last name is equal to models dot char field and max Now since we are going to create a website like we need the phone number too, so we'll get phone is equal to models dot big integer. You might be wondering why I'm using big integer field, because integer field does not support big numbers, basically numbers in 10 digits or 12 digits. Such numbers are not supported by integer field, and we want a default number, which let's put it 0, and this should be unique for each integer, so unique is equal to true, and we have to check if it is active, and this is a boolean field, so models dot boolean field default is true, it's going to be active every time, so and is staff is only for super users, so this is going to be false by default, so models dot boolean field default is equal to false, and we are going to inherit our objects from user manager class which created, so manager, and we want a username field to be username field username is self, and if you want this to be the email, you have to delete this and this, or you can save this, but you just have to delete it. You just have to create say username field is email, and you just have to remove this username from this too, and you can keep this, it doesn't matter. And so when you create, instead of asking for username, they will ask for email field, but I'm gonna go with the default username itself. So if you guys want to go with email, or if you want to go with the phone, it's okay. So just save it, control S. So once since we defined all this, we are gonna have to basically go to settings and say we are going to use this model as user model. So you just have to go to settings, we'll just and everything here as well. So we'll say auth user model is from our core app, so say core dot since user, so it's a user. So since this is set up, just save it, and we'll just recheck it again, everything's fine. So so we'll just migrate it. So python manage.py make migrations. Name model is not defined, right? It should be models, not model. That's it. Right. So we'll just check our migrations. Okay, there it is. Yeah, ID, password, login, if it is super user, username, email, first name, last name, phone, is active, etc. That's it. So there's some more things to do. Right, and what exactly why I forgot to do one thing. Here, as you can see, basically when we are defining our email, when a user creates an email, the last part is not sensitive. I mean, if you type capital letter, it works well. If you write a small letter, it works. So we just want we should always have the last part as small letters. So we are gonna normalize it. Basically, convert it to lower characters. So normalize email. It is a default function provided by Django itself. So there's nothing. This will normalize our email. Basically, the last part of our email, that is gmail.com or yahoo.com. If we type it in capital letters or small letters or mixed, it works when defined email. So, but that's not how it should be. It should be always small letters. So by mistake, if a user types capital letters, we are gonna convert that to small letters. So that's what basically this does. And one more thing, we're gonna create two errors. Basically, we're gonna check username is present or not. So you type if not username, we are gonna raise a value error. That is raise value error. I'm gonna say users must have an username. That's it. So there's one more small part remaining. Right. So as I said, there are two options: create super user and create normal user. So we have already defined a function to create a normal user. So we'll define a function for that. So we'll say define create super user, and we are gonna have self as usual, and username, email, and password. Email can be none. So we're gonna say user is equal to self dot create user, and we'll have our username, our email, and our password. And this is a staff, so user dot staff equal to true, and this is super user, so user dot s super user is equal to true, and we want to save it. So as usual, you say user dot save, and we'll say using is equal to self.pe. As I said, this is not necessary at all, but if you want, do it. And I forgot to return our user here, so return user here also, return user. So that's it, we have our super user. So we'll just right, since we set this up, we're gonna change a little bit things over here. We are gonna, what do you say, by default there's no phone or etc fields which we added, so there's no phone field. The phone field is the only thing which is changed. Basically you can add address or anything you want, but I guess for now phone is only required, and if necessary I'll change it in the upcoming videos. And for that we are going to import the user admin model as base user admin. So I'm going to say django dot contrib dot auth dot admin, import user admin, I'll say this as base user, so as base user, and we'll also import our models. So from for import models, and we will define a class user admin, and we want to inherit from base user, and we are gonna order it by our ID. So ordering is equal to ID, and what all should be displayed in our site. So let's display our username, our email, and I guess our first name too. First name, if you want you can add phone, etc. So that's it. We'll also make our username, so let's display links. We'll have it as our ID and username. So basically this means if you click on the ID or username, it will take you to the page, and we'll register it. So you just have to type admin.site.register, admin.site.register. We're gonna register models, so models.user, also our admin, so user admin. So that's it, and I'll just make my it's in this an error, says non-default. In this basically because that was not a required parameter, hence the error. So I guess should be okay now. No, oh, okay, right. Should be capital C. Since spelling mistake. name or name user admin is not defined. Bad. That's it. No, I think so. My god. Right, let it start ID too. That's all. Bad. Alright, this is happening because we already have our initial.py, so we should migrate before applying any migration. So I think now everything is fine. Yeah, it works. So that's it, guys. I think as I said, this is basically will just return the list of users present, and once we click that user, we should be able to display all those fields which are there. Since we are creating a custom user model, by default it should have been there, but since we are it won't be there since we have created a custom user model, and for that we'll have to define the field sets, and first whatever fields which is required, so none comma are fields, so it will be username and password. So fields you want, I think we'll add our email, so username, email, okay, that I just talked over here, my bad. Right, so username, email, and password, and then our personal info. So see, bracket, gonna call it personal info, and these fields are gonna be fields name and phone number. So first name, first underscore name, comma last name, so last is underscore name, and yeah, phone. So if there are any extra field like address or anything, we do add here. So we have phone. I think that's it, and then we have our permissions. So we'll call it permissions, and these fields contain fields. Okay, remember it should be fields. So it has is active, is staff, is super user. So is active staff is super user, and last one we have important date, basically the last logged in dates. We have important space dates, and its fields are we have it as last logged in, so it is last logged in, so last logged in, and since this only has one item, we are gonna put a comma and end it over there. That's it. Right. So there's one more thing, and that is basically this will display our items, and in above on the top corner, if you have worked with Django, you know there's an option called add user or add whatever model it is, whatever table it is. So by default it should have been there, but since we customizing it, we have to add it ourselves. So we'll say add field sets equal to it's going to have a none class, so none, and it's going to have fields, so it has classes as classes. It's going to have a white class, so say wide, and put a comma, and it's going to have contains fields, and we are going to have right now we'll just take email and password. I think that's enough. Password 1 and password 2. Oh yeah, we have forgot. We want to have username. This name. Okay, I think that's it. We are app ready. We'll check it out. So let's just check it out. So let's say Python manage.py create super user. Seems as syntax error. Right, I forgot to add. So I think that's it. I'll check it again. Any more errors? It seems name is not defined. Right, I forgot to import this dash. This is basically for converting our what do you say, if this field is in some other language, we are going to convert it into our main language as English. So from Django, that's what I understood from reading the documentation. And so I'll just import get text as dash. Now I think it should work. And there's another error, that is core must have right. Does it careless mistake? Basically, it should contain the key fields, and I had it as fields. Semicolon. Okay, I have to migrate them. So terminate this. Just make migrations. I mean, yeah. I'll just delete this back. Delete, trash, and I'll migrate. Migration at many definition is applied before dependency code. Seems inconsistent migration history. I'll just check it out. Alright, I checked in Stack Overflow and says since we are using Customising User, we have to comment this out. I don't know why it is not occurred to me earlier, so I just forgot what this say. I'll just comment it out where it is. Yeah. Comment it out, save it, migrate it. Non-start happening. Okay. Oh man. I guess I'll just follow him. So tab. I don't think we need this. Python manage py Python m manage py make migrations. I think it's manage itself. Oh, I just don't comment it out. It's because not okay. So I'm gonna check this out again, but save it. I'm gonna follow his method. So save Python manage make migrations code. I see getting that same problem me. Let's see. So they're telling me to go to euros and command out euros. Command decided source. Yep, it worked. Thank God, man. Sorry, guys. Well, I can just cut this out, but now I just have to comment it out. Save. Alright, so it's done. So say Python and py create super user. I'll give it question Matthew and password. Done. So just program 127/admin. I forgot one server. Where am I? We'll redesign this, but that's for later. So it works. We have users, Mr. Matthew. I'll just add an email. Start call this customer. Set password staff is okay. Save it. Use correct here. My bad. So now save it. Oh my god. I'll just say blank is equal to true for this and we run now. So I'll check it out again. So this one password create 403 said we made this unique too, so yeah, I got it. So default equal to 0, save it, go to our admin.py, we'll add phone, so that's it. Phone, this should work. So, yep, we have phone. So it will so I think I'll just drop the table. And we'll start from the Postgres. We'll just create the same database. You can create database PSTB known as Postgres. /q, and I'll just reload this. There it is. And this do the exact same thing. Default privileges will add or Postgres. Save it. I think this should suffice. So I'll just make my creations. Yep. Now I think this should work. Just run server. Since we created a new database, we'll have to create a new super user. So since we created a new database, we'll have to create a new super user also. So create super user, and I'll say Mr. Matthew, and I'll set the password. So let's log in. My bad. Answer. So login. Users. So just try changing it now. Yep, it works. So this was basically a fault in our database. So we have now changed it, and now everything works properly. I know this has been a long video. I know there has been many mistakes in this. I didn't cut anything specifically because you see I'm also learning by creating such things, and by mistakes only we've learned few. If you guys find this unnecessary or irritating, you can always message me, and I will specifically create a new video and re-upload it if you guys want it. Anyways, in our next video we'll be start by creating our list, our messages and all, and we'll customize this as we move on forward. But for now I think this is enough, and we'll just see if add user works. So I'll say request Matthew 1. I'm gonna enter some random names, so admin trade.g.com, some random number, password, password is matches, so double. Yep, it works, and you can change it. I'm not delete this anyways, so I'll just delete this. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and as I said before, there has been many mistakes in these videos, and I hope you guys don't mind it. That's how you learn. So that's all I have to say, and I'll close all this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned.